Hey, hi, hello, how are you? Welcome back to the channel, and as well as welcome back to my kingdom. My name is Mark. How you getting on today? I can't believe I made it through that hole. All right, start as you mean to go on. We're gonna hit this. We're gonna, oh my, no, we're not, oh, no, wait. Ah! Okay, never mind. At some point in one episode, we will get it. I think I'm gonna leave that up there until I can actually land on it and get it. Because building up to it and destroying it is for quitters. We're not quitters, damn it. If it wasn't obvious enough in that episode, I've had a few coffees. Everything's good. Now, I think we're going to start today just as we mean to go on. And we're going to do it very quickly. We're going to actually just start off right. And then we'll go from there. I would kind of like these episodes to be structured in a way that we do something together. Then I do some stuff off camera when I'm at my other setup. And then we have a recap of what you guys have missed. And then that would be quite good. You get to see all the progress. You get to actually be involved in some of the builds without it getting too stale, which is kind of how I would really like things to go, but I don't know. We'll see how that works. So, like I said last time, here is gonna be, we're gonna have a waterfall. Right, that does go there, but I want it to be like, shut up, phone. It is far too early for these interruptions. But if you're watching, sorry, B. Now, that was probably very loud. Now, I would very much like the whole idea of it to kind of be this pond, kind of lagoon area. Let's bring this down here again. And yes, I will be terraforming as we go on. It'll save me doing it later. Then do a little something like that. This needs to come back, but this grass is very lush. So we've picked a very nice area because anywhere that actually has grass is gonna look insane. Now, all this is coarse dirt, which means that no grass will grow in it. So at some point we will definitely be fixing that because I kind of want this to be a proper desert oasis. As we looked at a lot last time, I would very much like this to be some kind of proper oasis-y beacon. In the middle of all this desert, you just have this lush utopia of niceness. Now, I am very aware that currently this looks very janky and isn't going to look very good until it is actually done. So I tell you what, now that you've seen the kind of vibe that I'm going for, I'm going to finesse this a little bit and you'll see it once I've got something I'm happy with. Does that sound good? If it doesn't, then you're just going to have to deal with it because it's happening anyway. All right, I've been going at this for a wee while. It's absolutely nowhere near done, so take everything you see with a pinch of salt. We now currently have this very large lake pond kind of thing. We've added a bit more trees, we've got the flowers, everything is delightful. This thing goes into a very large cascade that goes all the way down, and then it stops down here, which again, we will expand at some point. I am assuming that it'll go out here, this will be another pond, and then we'll find a way to have it, I don't know, go down here or somewhere else. I don't really know, I'm playing everything by ear, and if I like the look of it, it stays, and well, if I don't, then it kind of disappears into the woodwork. Let's put that there. Delightful. All of this is also open to change. If I don't like that how this goes, that's fine. I've terraformed all this to try and make it just look like a bit muddy, a bit more natural. Everything should be good. Everything should be fine once everything has been properly installed. And then we do all the terraforming, as well as the beautifying, the trees, plants, builds, all that good stuff. I think this will look perfectly good. Perfectly good? Probably a better word than perfectly good. But as for that, that's exactly how I wanted it to look. And then from up top, that's exactly what I was wanting. Everything's gone well. I've also made a lot more up here green. A lot more up here green. I've also made up here a lot more green is what I think I'm trying to say. I've gotten rid of a lot of the coarse dirt. I've made it nice and green. Everything looks a lot healthier, but I haven't got rid of all of it. I am keen for the stone as well as some of the other coarse dirt around the place, but I don't know. I'll find a nice balance of it. I'm sure it's going to look great, but I just thought I'd give you this little bit of an update. As for what I'm moving on to next, I'm not 100% sure, but I just wanted to keep you in the loop. I think this is a good addition to begin with. I think it's gone quite nicely. I don't know if you heard my phone buzz, but if you did, that's my apologies. If you didn't, then I have no idea what you're talking about, and I will sue you for slander if you say that my phone buzzed. Okay, so it may not look like much has changed, and that's because realistically it hasn't. Except, as you can now see, this is all dammed up. The waterfall has now gone, and that's because the water was making my life an absolute misery when trying to dig out a new pond. Ow. Now, as a slight update to what I've done, I will try and keep it short and sweet because I don't want this to be boring. Basically, I've now flattened this out as you'll remember. I said that there was like a big wall here that I wasn't really keen on. I kind of terraformed it so it should hopefully run down quite naturally. It'll have this nice wee basin. It's then going to fly this way. I don't think the water's going to fly. I think I just can't talk very well. The water is going to flow this way. I've removed a few trees here and it'll go down here somewhere. I haven't fully decided what I want to do with it yet, but it could potentially then just run into the river there in some kind of easy flow this way. I don't really know. I've not gotten that far yet. The reason that I realistically turned the camera on is because I'm terrified of removing this dam and then it going all over the place. And I'd kind of like it on camera when I do that, just in case it is an absolute travesty. I'm having one of those days where it's really hard to talk and I have absolutely no idea why. What is the easiest way to do this? I think just get rid of all of them and then we'll just see what happens. The problem is when I'm doing this, because I've got so many source blocks, when I did fill this up with the actual dam, it had created so many of its own source blocks, it took me maybe half an hour to actually get rid of the waterfall. It wasn't just a case of putting the cobblestone there and just hoping for the best. Now let's see what this looks like. I'm kind of hopeful that it should just run pretty much like that. Okay, cool. So what needs... Okay, that shouldn't be an issue. We get rid of that and that. Add a couple water buckets there. It should flow down here, I think. And then get rid of that, or maybe, yeah. What if we do that there? Okay, that looks fine. Then do like that, like that. Yeah, that. Does that work? Yeah, and then that looks totally fine. And then down here, we'll fill all this up with still water, and everything will be groovy. So give me a wee second to do that, and then I'll show you what else I've been working on, and we'll hope for the best that it also works. All right. So, why I came in with such high energy there? Here we are. Everything down here is lovely. This could probably go a little bit deeper. I might change it all to dirt. I might change it all to stone. I'm completely undecided on what I'm actually intending to do here, but whatever looks the best is what I will do. I framed off here with the trees because this will all be coming out. It'll all be dug into a trench. It'll go down here. We've already covered that. I'm gonna shut up. Next, you might see right about there, there's some cobblestone there. Now, why might that be? Just before I actually tell you, I fully intend here, I think I'm gonna hollow this out. And I'm gonna have some kind of like viewpoint or maybe like bedroom or, you know, like if I had an Airbnb and I was renting out this area, in here would be pretty prime real estate and you'd be able to come out onto your wee balcony and you'd be able to see everything. I think that's a cool idea. That's what I'll be working on at some point in the near future. Also, these caves over here, where are we, for example? So let's say, this cave entrance here, it goes in, it loops up, it loops around, and it comes out here. I think having that, very dark here, put that there and that there. I think having this as a little loop and making it some kind of room, having some kind of walkway going from here to this nice new tunnel here, maybe going across from there to there, having some kind of rope looking bridge, something like that to go across, and have just different walkways all along here, having a way down to the bottom. I think that's the way that I want to go. But now let's talk about this new tunnel that I've just dug. Can I land in it? Yes, I can. Okay, so where are we? Well, this is the cobblestone you see on the other side of the waterfall. And I'm not 100% sure if I break this down, if the water will flow in. So that's why I've got the camera on, because if it goes catastrophically wrong, I would like you to see my mistakes. So here goes. I think I'm gonna start off the lower ones. Now that's exactly what I wanted to see. Okay, it is working exactly how I wanted it to, and that's perfect. And hopefully I can replace these blocks if need be, and we can have in here looking all bougie. I don't know why I started running that way. I want to go here, and the reason why I want it to be behind the waterfall, because I think having something there and having it as a secret entrance so you can just go whoosh is really cool. And in here, obviously, it's just a tunnel to the other side, and it comes out here, and then you've got the cave entrance there, and you'll have the wee room up there. But obviously, this is quite a thick wall going in this direction, as well as obviously a thick wall going over there, which means we can just expand up and down and left and right, still have our secret entrance, and we can just have a huge room in here to do pretty much whatever we want. That's actually come together really nicely, you know? We go up, we survey the surrounding area, we have a wee look, we go, oh, it's time to go home. We come back here, and then you go skadoosh. And preferably you don't fly into the wall and take suffocation damage, but I mean, you know, potato. Realistically, we could probably have the nether in here, because if it's just directly above us there, I think having it down here should still link to the other portal in the nether, so that could be an idea at some point. But yeah, that's what I've been working on. I hope you have enjoyed this update. I feel like every time I start one of these updates, I'm always just up here just running around from the bed, and I have no idea why, but it's kind of my go-to. So I have a few things that y'all need to see, because I've been kind of busy, but it's nothing too impressive, it's just taking a lot of time. So first and foremost, we've started the little balcony area over here. That's just kind of so I can remind myself that I've got that to do, because I'm very forgetful, and I will definitely forget to do it if I don't do it now. No, I'm definitely not saying we're doing that now. I'm just saying that I'm doing that so I'll have a reminder that in the future, I will do it. I did start with that because it is definitely the lower end of the update scale, if there is such a scale. As you'll see down here, yeah, we have this now. This all opens up. It now comes down into this. this. This, I think I will terraform, so then this kind of hooks over and around here, just so this isn't too just high-sided. We could maybe make this go a little bit deeper. I tried to do that on the other side, and I think it's come out quite nice. This doesn't look too man-made. I mean, it's obviously not great, but it's also just not the worst thing you've ever seen. Well, I mean, it might be the worst thing you've ever seen. I don't really know how you've lived your life, but to me, it ain't the worst thing I've ever seen, so I'm okay with it. You better be okay with it. If you're not, well, I mean, take it up with my branch manager. I've cut this off mainly because I don't know where I'm actually going with this. Like I did allude to last time, and when I say last time, for me, it was like 8 hours ago. For you, it was maybe 6 or 7 minutes ago. I am very much thinking of running it just into this little pool here, so it's technically connected to the river. However, with this all being stone here, just aesthetically, I don't know if that's the right play. Just having the water going over the stone is kind of, well, it's kind of ugly. Let's not split hairs. Let's not be nice about it. It would probably be a lot nicer if it was just running through the lush green grass. But currently, it can't. So I've put a wee dam there, and I will come back to it when either I can be bothered replacing all this with grass, and then we'll do something with this little wash-off plane here, or I convince myself that going through the stone isn't the worst thing in the world. But as for right now, that looks pretty epic to me. And I don't mean epic as in just like, you know, haha, that's cool and epic. I mean, that looks like you would see that in some kind of fantasy novel. Look at this plateau. Look at this waterfall. It's sick. Now, I flew up here for one reason, and one reason only. Come here, you. Ow. I may never actually land up there, and I'm honestly tempted to build up to it, put a sign on it, and then destroy what I built up to it, because I would kind of just like, I don't even know. I want rid of it. I'm probably never going to do it, so it's going to be a landmark here. But anyway, forgetting that block, we have one thing else to show you. And again, don't get your hopes up. It's not exactly impressive, but it does show what we will be doing sometime very soon. Just for, oh my god. Please tell me I'm recorded. Oh my god, well, there goes the sign idea. Oh my god, I can't believe it. Anyway, right, that's not the important update. I just can't believe that worked. Through here. Whoosh. As you can see, this has gotten a lot bigger. As you can see, the walls are slightly disappearing. It comes out here. That's completely fine. I have actually decided that I'm gonna make like just a wee walkway around the corner here, so you can go from here to in there. And then from there, we'll either have a walkway down to the bottom or a walkway over to the Airbnb or whatever we're going to think it is. In here, it's going to be a fully decorated room. It still might go down a few. It might go up a few. I don't really know. Maybe what we could do is turn this into like a staircase down. So this is an even bigger room. Currently, I'm not really sure, but as I've just said that, I kind of like the idea. That's kind of cool. That's what I might do. But this is the shape that I'm going for. It's going to be kind of, well, it was meant to be circular, but then I think here, I think if I knock through this, we do go outside, which is a little bit unfortunate. The walls might slightly change shape. I did originally want this to be a very circular kind of room, which is why it kind of goes 3, 2, 1. I was going to do something with that kind of pattern, but then it just kind of fell through because just I didn't realize out there where that cobblestone is now is that thin. But you can also see that up top here, where did does the rain only, that's very weird. You can tell that the rocks on top are quite thin as well because the rain is able to penetrate through. Shout out to permeable and impermeable rock. Shout out to my higher geography. Everything's come full circle. So that's the final update. Now, I'm not entirely sure how long this video is. I think what I'm gonna do is end the episode by going and getting a few beacons and putting them up around the place. Now, I can't actually remember how many beacons I have. I would like to put 5 or something here because realistically, it doesn't actually take that much to get the nether stars and the beacons, and especially if I have a lot of time to do stuff off camera, we can we can replenish, is the word, our beacon reserves. So that's what I'm gonna go do. I'm gonna go find some in my base, we're gonna set them up, and then that's how we'll end the episodes. Does that sound good? Once again, if it doesn't, then, well, I ain't got nothing but bad news for you. Except, ow, ow, I didn't think this could happen. How bizarre. Just before we head back, hello. I haven't done the math, but I'm hoping that this is enough. We've got the 5 beacons. Either this is far too much, or I'm in way over my head, and I'm sure we'll find out very quickly. Either way, let's get back to it. Right, we're back, and I'm at the bed, so it's time for one final update. I want to show you where I decided to put the beacons. So we're gonna have one, at least for here for now. One for here for now. One here for now. And from here, you can see where the next one is. It's gonna be at the bottom of the waterfall. At some point, there will be glass in them, so they'll all have their individual colors. I just don't really know what colors I'm gonna make them yet. But then finally, and yes, finally, I only put in 3. I took 5, but I only put in 3. We have one down here in the courtyard. So currently, these cover all the areas that are needed. Covers all this plane here, up up by the map, down by the waterfall, across to where my Airbnb is gonna go. And then if we do need one over here, we simply just put one on that pedestal there. So that's what I've been up to. So that does actually bring us to the end of today's episode. I believe we put in, what did we actually do today? We have the room created underneath, we have the waterfall and all the lakes, we've stuck the beacons in, and we've made the place a whole lot greener. Now, I don't think that's too bad for one episode's worth of work. I'm not really sure how to phrase that, and I think that came across awkwardly, but potato potato. If you have enjoyed today's episode, and you do like where I'm going with this, you can leave a like on the video. They don't cost a thing. I feel warm and fuzzy on the inside. I actually get to see that you have actually enjoyed the video and you don't just lie to me. So it's a win-win-win. And really, what more could you ask for? If you want to see where the rest of this project goes, you can subscribe to my channel. We currently have 1.24 thousand people here. Why not join them? That many people cannot be wrong. Well, I mean, they definitely can be wrong, but in this case, they're not wrong because, I mean, look at me, listen to me. It's a great video. You're just going to enjoy it, so you better subscribe, okay? Cool, great. So, having said that, and with that being said, I hope you stay out of trouble, you don't do anything I wouldn't do, and I'll see yous laters.